Welcome to the 8th question in our study of the book of Revelation. Today, we're going to the end of the book. The question is, what is up with the new heavens and the new earth? What is that like? What will heaven be like? So, look, I just want to say, Revelation chapter 21 is such a wonderful description. It opens with a vision that's so beautiful that it's hard to believe. He says, I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away. So the question is, what does that mean? What comes next? What is that like? I mean, I don't think I got to do a lot of selling to say this world that we're living in is broken. It's a mess. I'm recording this just a day after the assassination of Charlie Kirk. I mean, there have been congressmen, state legislatures that have been shot in Minnesota. There have been judges that have been threatened. There's just been a parade of violence, school shootings, 2 of them earlier this week, threats against students in colleges, against all kinds of people. The world's a mess. There's bombings, there's crime, there's poverty, there's wildfires, there's divisions that run deep in our society. And so there's a lot of fatigue, and there's a lot of fear, and there's a lot of grief, and there's a lot of despair. And most people walk around a little numb. People are sort of tuning out. They're not paying attention to everything that's going on. They're either hyper involved in what's going on in the news and sort of not paying attention to what's going on around them. Perhaps that's you. Or just choosing not to know very often what's going on. So I want to say the end of the story matters because it's not just the end of the story, it's sort of the beginning of the story, which is the great way C.S. Lewis ends the Chronicles of Narnia. You know, every day from that point on is bigger and better and more wonderful and more beautiful. So Revelation is a challenge. There's a lot of unfolding chapters, and it's sort of a maze and sort of some cycles in there. But in the end, Jesus wins. And he's not just victorious. He's righteous, he's good. In chapter 19, John hears a roar of heaven and a multitude shouting, and they say, Hallelujah! Salvation and glory and power belong to our God. His judgments are true and just. And we see that the enemy, the one who has created havoc since Genesis chapter 3, he's thrown down, he's silenced, he's removed, and God wins. And so that ache in your chest that says things are not right, things are not good, I want to say there's a sense in which God feels that too, and he's doing something about it, and his promises will come to their culmination. And what comes next is not a reset, it's a resurrection. The world doesn't go back to the Garden of Eden, it goes forward into glory. And so we are seeing that the holy city, the New Jerusalem, comes down out of heaven, prepared for a bride. The whole redemption story is cycling forward. And so there's a place now that is, and this is not just poetry. I think there's a sense in which this is communicating truths that are deeper than we can understand. John has a hard time communicating what actually things will be like. And so he keeps saying, it will be like this, it will be like this, it will be like this, because he can't say what it exactly is going to be, because he doesn't have words for that. And so God is going to usher in a world where there's no more death, and there's no more grief, and there's no more crying or pain, and no more goodbyes in hospital rooms, no more headlines about war, no more panic attacks at 2 a.m. And best of all, God makes his home with us. So it's like the garden, only it is better. And it gets described now as a city, a new creation. And at the center of it all is God, and he wipes away every tear. So what is heaven like? Look, I don't know. And I can't tell you whether, the streets are, gold, light gold, clear as glass, pearly gates. I just think we've got a lot of symbolism in play here. But what I can say is whatever joy you've tasted here is just is just a trailer. It's just a light reflection on what will come. Whatever brilliant, wonderful moments that take your breath away with beauty and truth and awe and wonder are a poor reflection, a dim reflection of what's coming. So the message here, and this is the message of the book of Revelation, is hang on. Don't grow weary of doing good. The end is not just near, it's better than you can imagine. Jesus wins. We will walk with him. This is all something to look forward to and to let pull us forward. Have a good day.